Each member can be an example of the believers. Brethren, as followers of Jesus Christ, each of you can live in accord with his teachings. You can have a pure heart and clean hands. You can have the image of God engraven upon your countenance. Your good works will be evident to others. The light of the Lord can beam from your eyes.
I'm Susanna Vidrio, and I'm a junior at Southridge High School. Last year, it was kind of my hardest year, and I just felt like something was missing in my life. And I began to pray and think about what I should do better. And one night I just sat down and actually knelt down to pray, because I'd never done that before. I prayed to God to ask him what I was missing in my life. I just needed someone there. And so I woke up the next morning and I was thinking, I need to talk to Victoria Scoggin. I know she'll find something for me to do and she'll help me. And I went to school the next day, and the first person I saw in the hall was Victoria. It was it was weird, because it was like my prayer was answered right away. She was there for me. And I asked her, I was like, can I go to church with you? And she's like, wow, that's weird, because it's invitational. I was gonna ask you today. And it's one of the coolest things to experience the feeling of the Holy Ghost, and that it's just how Jesus is incorporated into my life, because that's what the church is all about, just Jesus and how he had this atonement for us. And it's just an amazing feeling just to learn all of that stuff. People who've grown up in the church shouldn't take it for granted. I mean, for me, I know my family has never really looked into any other church, and it's hard. I mean, I feel like crying about it sometimes, just because I want them to know the same things I do, and I want them to feel the same feelings I do, because it's one of the best feelings. I honestly wouldn't change one moment of my life because of the gospel, and I know that everything's happened for a reason, and my life is falling into place because of it. And I'm just so thankful for everyone who's helped me.
As a member of the church, reach out to those you do not know and greet them warmly. Each day of your life, strive to enlarge your own circle of friendship.
My name is Bailey Dykes. I am a senior at Southridge High School. I used to live in Las Vegas, so I didn't really have a spiritual connection. Things got pretty bad, and so I decided to move to Washington. And it kind of just seemed like the perfect timing for change in my life. I met a really cool group of friends who were very supportive, and ever since then I've been slowly reading the Book of Mormon and taking discussions and doing things like that. That's how I got introduced into the church. One thing that impacted me a lot that was really memorable was just going to church for the first time. We had a really powerful discussion about families and being together for eternity, and being sealed with your husband forever, and it made me pretty emotional. I could really feel the Spirit, and it's just something that has made me realize it's such a beautiful thing. I want that for my kids, and I want them to be able to grow up into it and have a supportive family and be together forever. I don't think there's anything better than that. I find myself praying all the time, and just really it's just something that I'm really, really passionate about. And my relationship with Christ, I just know that I want to make my life in sync with how his life was, and I think the whole experience has just made me a better person, and want to strive to do good in my life and help other people. I feel a lot differently now that I've taken the discussions and been investigating than I have in the past, only because I know that it's something that I just strive for more spiritually, and I know no matter what direction God takes me in my life, I want a closer spiritual connection with him. It has, in some areas, gotten harder, just because being an investigator who your parents don't support you, or you don't have friends that you feel like they're there for you. So in some ways it's been more challenging, but I can see that the end result is going to be worth it.
You can invite a friend to read the Book of Mormon. Explain that it is not a novel or a history book. It is another testament of Jesus Christ. Its very purpose is to the convincing of the Jew and Gentile that Jesus is the Christ, the eternal God, manifesting himself unto all nations. There's a power in this book that can touch the hearts and lift the lives of honest seekers of truth. Invite your friend to read the book prayerfully.